3 disturbing true scary stories animated. Let's watch it, man. Let's watch it, bro. Let's get it.
Of my life, one that I still have a hard time believing, even today.
So what do you?
This happened back in 2008, when I was about 8 years old. At the time, I was staying at my grandmother's house. It was late at night, close to bedtime. My grandmother had already gone into her room to sleep, and I was in the
What the fuck?
living room planning to fall asleep while watching cartoons on TV. Then something entered my field of vision, something I still remember vividly. The bathroom door was slightly open. Inside the dark bathroom, I saw a white cloth gently swaying. At first, I assumed it was just a white towel hanging.
This nigga can go. Watch you go at the door. Like, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, you have no survival skills, bro. Like, why is you going at the door, my nigga? Why is you going at the door, bro?
On the doorknob. But then I wondered, why was it moving?
You better not go.
Still, I didn't think much of
Okay.
it. I kept watching TV, and eventually I got sleepy and walked to the kitchen to pour myself a glass of milk, then carried it back to the living room. At some point, the cartoon ended, I turned off the TV, and then turned off the living room lights. That was when I noticed something. In the darkness, the white cloth in the bathroom was still there,
bro.
still swaying. That's when I felt that something wasn't right. I slowly walked.
Oh my goodness, bro. Bro, come on, bro. Like, zero survival skills, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Toward the
Me, first, I would have been out that door, bro.
bathroom.
Me, first, I would've
And
been
in
out
that moment,
door,
through the crack of the open door, I saw something inside. It looked like a black foot. What stood out the most was the skin. It looked extremely dry, almost cracked. It wasn't moving. It was just standing there, completely still. That was when I realized how strange the situation really was. I sprinted to my grandmother's room and shook her awake. I tried to explain what I had seen, but she brushed it off, telling me I must have imagined it. But I was sure of what I saw. I had seen dry human skin, completely drained of color. I described every detail, but she didn't believe me. Eventually, I went back to the living room and lay down on the couch, trying to sleep. That's when I saw it. A dark shadow was moving across the ceiling. The idea of a shadow appearing on the ceiling was hard enough to accept, but the fact that it seemed to be walking made it far more terrifying. There was nothing I could do. I closed my eyes and pretended to be asleep. When I opened them again, it was morning. My grandmother was awake, feeding the dog. Only then did I remember what had happened that night. I went to check the bathroom, but there was nothing there. No towel, nothing white, nothing that could have explained what I saw. That night has remained a mystery, and nearly 18 years later, what I saw is still burned clearly into my memory. So I still ask myself, whose foot was it that I saw?
What the?
Even with zero experience, you can create content like an experienced editor using Riverside's AI tools and
no free promo, bro.
This happened to me when I was 10
The man by the trees? Okay.
years old. I was born into a broken family. My mother moved to Japan to live with my stepsister and my father. He died back in 2017. He was shot by thugs in our country. I had no one left.
Thugs? Shot by thugs? Whoa, what you mean by that, buddy?
So my grandmother adopted me and brought me to her province. The house we lived in was more like a business property owned by my uncle. Every section of it was separate. If you wanted to go to the kitchen or the bathroom, you had to walk outside in the dark. Since I was new there, I had no friends. And inside the house, things were tense. My aunt and grandmother hated each
goodness. The 6-7 shit, bro. Come on, bro.
other, and they fought constantly. I was just a kid, so I didn't understand.
They know that was doing when they making that. They tried to do the 6-7 shit.
Understand anything. I only knew the house never felt peaceful. One night after dinner, I checked the time. It was already 10 p.m. That was the only time the water faucet worked, so my grandma told me, "We need to fill the water jugs." She stepped out of the room first. I changed my clothes quickly, but when I looked around, my grandma wasn't beside me anymore. I got scared, so I ran out of the room and into the yard, but she wasn't there either. I looked around and realized there were two paths ahead of me, left or right. I had no idea which way she went, so I chose the right path. I walked only a few steps, and then I saw him, a tall man lying on the ground beside a tree. The night was so dark I couldn't see his face, but I could see his body.
So you're just standing there. You're not gonna run. You're not gonna do nothing. You're just looking at the man, bro.
Shaking like he was having a seizure.
Smart here, buddy.
I froze. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. And then he said my name. Once, twice, 3 times. A deep, slow, creepy voice. I still couldn't move. Then he started throwing small stones at me, one after another. Not hard enough to hurt me, but enough to force me to react. Enough to make me run. So I did. I ran as fast as I could. I spotted my aunt and rushed to her. I asked, out of breath, "Where's Grandma?" She looked confused and said, "She's in the kitchen." I ran there immediately. My grandma scolded me because I didn't help her fill the water jug. Until a few weeks later. When I finally told my grandma, she froze. She said, "Never forget. No one was there except your aunt and us." She told me his pot was soluble, but I wonder. I was supposed to saw.
Bro. Game, bro. Come on, bro. At least make. The character looking like, bro. Come on, fam. How you got missing teeth on the middle of the top, in the middle of your bottom teeth, bro? Come on, man.
I felt him hit the ground near my feet, and if it was human, how did he know my name?
The black cat.
My name is Pamela. I'm originally from California, but this happened in Idaho.
My fault for pausing. You can't have a female voice actor, bro, for this? Why are you having a man talk that, bro? Come on.
I have a brother, and I grew up with my father. My dad has always had a habit of sleeping with the lights on. One night, while he was asleep, he had an encounter with something. He suddenly felt a hand grab his leg. It startled him awake, but in that moment, he decided not to open his eyes. Something about the way the hand felt was wrong. Then it started lightly tracing his foot, almost as if it were trying to wake him up on purpose.
They give this nigga a massage and everything, but hell no.
That's when my father realized something was seriously wrong. He had a strong instinct that whatever was touching him was something evil, something powerful. Fear slowly crept through his body. He kept his eyes shut for about 5 minutes, but the presence never stopped touching his leg. Finally, he opened his eyes, and the moment he did, he froze. A black cat was sitting on his chest, staring straight at him. But this wasn't a normal cat. Its face looked twisted, malicious. The instant their eyes met, the cat suddenly leapt off his chest, ran to the corner of the room, and disappeared straight into the wall. My father watched it the entire time. He never lost sight of it, not even for a second. The cat ran into the wall and vanished. Terrified, he ran straight into the bedroom where my brother and I were sleeping. We woke up confused and scared, staring at each other as he told us to stay awake with him. We could feel the fear coming off of him, but he didn't explain what had happened. I don't think he even understood it himself. Eventually, he fell asleep, but not for long. He kept waking up and asked us to shake him awake if we noticed him trembling or sweating in his sleep. That night, he drifted in and out of sleep, but thankfully, the cat never came back. About a month later, my father finally told us the full story. We were shocked, but not long after that, something else happened. My father and I saw a shadowy figure about 3 to 4 feet tall at the same time. The moment I saw it, I felt an overwhelming sense of dread. That was when my father decided we needed to move. Thankfully, my brother has never seen anything like this or had any similar experiences. But my father has had strange encounters like this since he was young, and even now, he's still searching for an answer. If you know anything about experiences like this, or have any idea what it could have been, I would really appreciate hearing your thoughts.
Dang, that's crazy, bro. Imagine it's real life, bro. That's crazy, man, bro. Alright, yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, bro. I ain't glad. That's crazy, though, bro. Like, gang. Imagine happening to him every day, bro. Every single day you gotta go through that, bro. That's crazy. Alright, I'm out, bro. Like, that's crazy, man.